that is going to wrap up my discussion on the wild card round. Sorry, my mic was a little bit screwed up for the first recording. Now I'm going to be discussing the matchups for the divisional round. Starting with the Tennessee Titans taking on the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. Um, this is gonna be this will be an interesting matchup. You've got Lamar Jackson taking on Ryan Tannehill. Uh, Tennessee, it's not really going to be about the passing game for them. Tannehill, again, will have to be good enough. He's going to not have to make dumb mistakes, turning the ball over. He's going to not want to turn the ball over against this Ravens defense. The Ravens are really, or not the Ravens, the Titans really are going to need Derrick Henry to have a big game again, like he did against the Patriots. Uh, he is the NFL's leading rusher. I'll throw up his stats quick on the screen. He rushed for 1,540 yards and 6 touchdowns. So, yeah, he's going to be a key. What you saw in the Patriot game, he will have to do. Um, yeah, the Titans not turning over the ball. As for the Ravens, Lamar Jackson will have to play like his MVP self. He's going to have to elevate his teammates on offense. Um, I think Hollywood Brown and Mark Andrews will be some other key players on offense for the Ravens in the receiving game, um, as well as Mark Ingram in the rushing game for the Ravens. He was a big signing for them coming over from the Saints. And I think the Ravens defense will have to force at least one turnover to win this game. So, uh, yeah, that is that for for the first matchup for the first AFC divisional matchup. Now, for the second one, we've got the Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs. Really great quarterback matchup here. You've got Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes, two of the next two quarterbacks of the next generation here. This is gonna be uh, a really tough game uh, to pick out who's gonna win. Um, because I feel like these teams are both very evenly matched. But I would give the Chiefs a slight edge because their defense has been playing slightly better. If they can, I think they're gonna be able to outplay the Texans D today. And the Chiefs do have a lot of weapons on offense besides just Mahomes. You've got Travis Kelsey. I'll throw his stats up quick on the screen. He had another 1,000 yard season, folks. 1,229 yards and 5 touchdowns on 97 receptions. And if you look at his career stats, I'll throw those up on the screen quick too. Since 2016, he has had a 1,000 yard receiving season every year. So for the past 4 seasons, he has had over 1,000 yards receiving. That is just legendary. So yeah, Travis Kelsey is going to be someone the Texans are going to want to focus on. But then you got Tyreek Hill, who to deal with. So yeah, it is just crazy. You've got Tyreek Hill to deal with, Damian Williams, LaShawn McCoy in the running game. So just a lot of playmakers on this Chiefs offense. You can even if you take those guys away, they still have Sammy Watkins to go to. That'll leave him open. So lots of offensive firepower for the Chiefs, and the Texans have some offensive firepower of their own. Um, you've got you've got Carlos Hyde and Duke Johnson, who played all right against the Bills. And then of course you've got DeAndre Hopkins in the receiving game. Not sure if Will Fuller's gonna play, but he definitely could make a difference for the Texans for sure. If they have him, that would be huge. But Kenny Stills is a solid receiver. You saw him get some catches in the last in the game against the Bills, so they're going to need him too. So I think it's just going to come down to which quarterback can be more clutch, Patrick Mahomes or Deshaun Watson. Um, yeah, that's what I think. I think both defenses are, like I said, I think both defenses are, or both these teams are, or I don't know if I said it, these teams are fairly evenly matched, but I give the edge to the Chiefs because their defense has been playing a little bit better lately. I think they'll get some sacks in this game, and they'll be able to stop the Texans more than the Texans will be able to stop the Chiefs. So yeah, I really like the idea of a Ravens Chiefs AFC Championship game. At least that's what I'm seeing in the AFC. Now transitioning onto the NFC, you have the Minnesota Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers. The Vikings surprised a lot of people by beating the Saints again for the second time in the playoffs in the past 3 years. They were heavy underdogs. In this game, I would think they're also heavy underdogs, but I would not count them out. They played really consistently. Kirk Cousins made a big throws when he needed to multiple times against the Saints. I think he can do that again. Especially considering the fact that Adam Thielen came back and had a huge game. They're going to need him to do that again. I really think they need to target Stephon Diggs more because that doesn't put all of the focus onto Adam Thielen. They'll have to worry. They'll have to worry about Diggs as well, and that'll leave some other receivers open. I think the Vikings will need Dalvin Cook to put up a big rushing game. If he rushes for 100 yards, that will give the Vikings their best chance to win. And they're gonna have to protect Kirk Cousins. That's gonna be huge against the San Francisco front with guys like Nick Bosa coming charging at the quarterback. They're gonna have to protect Cousins because San Francisco's got a lot of pass rushers. You've got him and Reuben Foster charging at the quarterback. You don't want either one of those guys going hog wild on Cousins. So protect Cousins for sure. That's going to be huge. And for the Niners, that is what they're going to want to do. Is they're going to want to be relentless getting into the Minnesota Vikings backfield. They don't necessarily have to get sacks, but they have to force Kirk Cousins to get rid of it and make bad decisions. I think that is going to be huge for them. They're definitely going to need the guys I mentioned, Reuben Foster and Nick Bosa, to be there, and because then if they're there, some other players on their defense will have the opportunity to make plays for sure. As for the offenses, talking about the 49ers offense, a big playmaker in this game definitely will be George Kittle. They'll need George Kittle to step up and make some Hulk type plays like he did against the Saints, where he dragged two guys down, like 5 yards down the field. They'll need him to do that. George Kittle did have a massive season this year for San Francisco. In 14 games, he didn't even play the full season. He played 14 games, and he had over 1,000 yards, receiving 5 touchdowns on 85 receptions. So they will need Kittle to be huge in this game. That will definitely open up opportunities for other players such as Deebo Samuel and Emmanuel Sanders. They've been very consistent receivers for San Francisco. Jimmy G's just got to get him the ball. He's got to be good. He's got to be adequate enough to get these playmakers the ball because they will make plays. Also, you've got Raheem Mostert in the backfield. He'll make plays for you. And they have one other running back that's pretty solid. I forget his name. But yeah, he's going to be making a difference as well. So yeah, I think this game is going to come down to can the Vikings protect Kirk Cousins? Because Kirk Cousins will make him pay. He's had a really strong year, and now that he's proven that he can win a big game, I think the Vikings definitely are dangerous in this game. As for the Niners, they're going to have to get the pressure and force Kirk Cousins to get rid of it. And like I just said, Jimmy G is going to have to get the ball to his playmakers in George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Mostert, and Emmanuel Sanders. All right. Moving on to the final game of the divisional round. It is the Seattle Seahawks traveling to Lambeau Field to take on the Green Bay Packers. This obviously is also a really good quarterback matchup. Much like the Texans and Chiefs, you've got Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers. Now I'm going to put up Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers stats here just to compare the two. When you look at Russell this season, in 16 games, he threw for 4,110 yards and 31 touchdowns, and his completion percentage was 66.1%, which is higher than his career average of 64.5%. If we take a look at Aaron Rodgers' statistics for this season, his completion percentage was only 62%, so he was a full 3% lower than he's been for his career average. His yardage total is 4,002 yards and 26 touchdowns. And don't get me wrong, this is still a strong season from Aaron Rodgers, but it is down from his standards, and it is down compared to Russell Wilson's stats. So there definitely is a clear advantage as far as the regular season goes as to which quarterback has been more consistent and has played better. Definitely has been Russell Wilson. Um, so if you're Aaron Rodgers, you got to step up and play to your ability. You got to go toe to toe with Russell Wilson here. This is going to be an absolute grudge match. Um, yeah, you can't. Rodgers cannot be overthrowing receivers like he did against Detroit. He's going to have to be the Rodgers of old. He's going to have to create some vintage moments in this game in order to go toe to toe with Russell Wilson. You saw, if you watched the Eagles and Seahawks game, you saw what Russell Wilson did. He got the ball to his playmaker and DK Metcalf on multiple occasions. So, the Packers are going to need to go toe to toe with that. As far as defense goes, I think the Packers gotta focus. They gotta focus on Metcalf. I mean, Tyler Lockett will be open. Tyler Lockett will get his passes. It doesn't matter if he's open or not. But you gotta focus on Metcalf. You gotta put have some safety help for the corner there, and I think the Packers will be able to at least neutralize him somewhat. I'm not too concerned about Seattle's running game. I think they can shut that down. The Packers' defensive front has been really solid this year. I've watched every game, so I would know that they're really solid. The Smith brothers are going to have to live in the backfield. Smith brothers, by Smith brothers I mean Preston and Zadarius Smith. They've been very excellent this season for the Packers. Excellent. I said excellent again. Really like the free agency signings there. And also they picked up Amos in the offseason. They've been huge. So credit to Gutekunst for signing these guys. They're going to need to come up big in this game and play a role. This is going to come down to defensive stops, I really think. And I think the Packers will be able to make more defensive stops than the Seahawks. Their defense has been leaky at times recently. And also, one of their key players is playing with a core injury in Jadeveon Clowney. So I think that will certainly help the Packers as well. They got to pick on that. They got to pick that Seattle secondary to shreds. Rodgers needs to step up, play like his old self, get the ball to Adams, get the ball to Lazard, maybe to Kumerow. Scantling needs to play better. They need certain players, their star players, to step up and make big plays. So that will so then they'll be able to leave opportunities for others. That's at least what I think. And I haven't even mentioned the biggest key player in this game for the Packers, and that is Aaron Jones. The Packers need to pound it with Aaron Jones. This season, when Aaron Jones has had 20 touches or more, the Packers almost always win. So they need to get Aaron Jones the ball, whether it's in the running game or the receiving game. He's going to need to be their primary player on offense in order for the Packers to win, for sure. As for the Seahawks, Russell Wilson's got to do what he's got to do. Get it to DK Metcalf. We'll see. Maybe Marshawn Lynch will have an impact on this game, but I doubt it. I think it's going to come down to can Russell Wilson get the ball to his receivers. So, this is going to be a really intriguing game. I'm looking forward to this Seahawks-Packers game. It's going to be loud at Lambeau. I'll be rooting my team on since I'm a Packers fan. But, we'll see what happens. We'll see if the Packers cannot get a little revenge on Seattle for some of the past losses they've had. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this long, rambling, overdrawn-out podcast where I discussed this past weekend's wildcard round and gave you a preview, just a little taste of the divisional round. And I hope you all will tune into the games, 'cause I'm looking forward to the divisional round games this past weekend, and I really enjoyed watching all the wildcard games this past weekend. It's been probably, thus far, this has been one of the best postseasons I've watched, and I hope it continues. So with that being said, that is going to do it for this episode of the Good Schmidt Podcast. Once again, my name is Nick, and I am signing out. Peace out.